4 risky cheeses you must avoid, and 4 you should eat daily if you're over 60. They claimed cheese was great for your bones, that it provided calcium, protein, and vitality as you get older. But they kept this hidden. 99% of older adults are choosing the incorrect cheeses, and it's quietly harming your heart, your mind, and your digestive system from the inside out. One very popular cheese raises the risk of memory loss by 39% and includes preservatives connected to gut lining damage in adults over 60. Another one, boldly marked low-fat, is subtly increasing your blood pressure each night and the absolute worst cheese. It might reduce your hippocampus, the part of your brain managing memory, in under a year. And the most alarming part, these specific cheeses are still promoted as healthy for seniors every single day. Why? Because the dairy industry is a $200 billion empire, and keeping you unaware keeps them powerful. In this video, we're revealing the 4 most hazardous cheeses secretly affecting seniors and the 4 you need to eat daily to heal your gut, reduce inflammation, and safeguard your brain. All the cheeses will be listed from risky to critical and from restorative to transformative. Before we start, tell me in the comments below your age and where you're watching from. What's your favorite cheese? And have you ever felt swollen, achy, or confused after eating it? We're reading and answering every comment with custom advice. So, share your answer now. Now, without any more delay, let's begin with number 4 on the risk list. And believe me, they do not want you to learn this one. Number 4, cottage cheese. Most seniors believe cottage cheese is the healthiest cheese choice. It's low-fat, high-protein, and even suggested by nutritionists. But here's the concealed risk they never talk about. Most cottage cheese sold currently is loaded with salt, often over 800 milligrams per cup, which is over a third of your suggested daily intake in just one small bowl. This extra salt doesn't just swell you. It quietly increases your blood pressure, stresses your kidneys, and dries out your tissues, which is particularly risky for seniors whose heart systems are already more vulnerable. In a 2022 study from Hypertension Research, adults over 60 who eat high-sodium dairy products daily had a 24% rise in systolic blood pressure over 3 months. That's sufficient to move someone from borderline into a hypertensive emergency with no warning signals. And if you're handling edema, heart problems, or taking water pills, this cheese could be worsening your state every single day without you realizing. Meet Sylvia, a 71-year-old retired librarian from Vermont. She began eating cottage cheese each night as a bedtime snack, thinking it was healthy. But within weeks, she observed swelling in her ankles and mental fog. In the mornings, her doctor discovered her blood pressure had gone from 128/82 to 150/92, despite no changes to her medicines. Once she stopped the cottage cheese and changed to a low-sodium ricotta option, her swelling vanished, and her numbers fell back into the safe range within 6 weeks. If you really love cottage cheese, here's how to make it safer. Pick low-sodium or no-salt added types. Most brands have them. Rinse it lightly before serving to wash off surface salt and never eat it near bedtime. That's when its fluid-keeping effects can disrupt sleep and blood pressure control. But the next cheese is even more deceptive, and it's probably the one you've been using for years to add flavor. Number 3, pepper jack cheese. Pepper jack seems enjoyable. It's got that zest. It melts nicely, and it's often advertised as a tasty change on regular jack cheese. But here's the surprising reality. Pepper jack cheese is a triple danger for seniors, mixing high saturated fat, too much sodium, and artificial preservatives that are made to protect flavor but quietly harm your gut lining and microbiome. That's correct. Those preservatives like sodium phosphate and anatomy are written on the back of your cheese label in small print. But inside your body, they disrupt healthy gut bacteria, which are essential for digestion, immunity, and even mood control, especially after 60, when your microbiome is already more delicate. In fact, according to a 2021 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition, older adults who regularly ate processed cheeses with flavoring additives had a 33% higher risk of gut dysbiosis, which is an imbalance of bacteria where harmful ones outnumber the healthy ones. This led to higher inflammation signs, more constipation, and worse mood results. Meet Frank, a 68-year-old Vietnam veteran from Arizona. He adored his pepper jack sandwiches and thought the spice helped his metabolism. But over time, he developed bloating, irregular digestion, and was finally diagnosed with mild diverticulitis. When a dietitian looked at his diet and removed all processed spicy cheeses, Frank's gut pain lessened, and he went from daily unease to normal digestion in just 3 weeks. If you still desire that zest, try adding fresh jalapenos or crushed red pepper flakes to a pure cheese like goat cheese or part-skim mozzarella. That way, you manage the spice without consuming lab-made preservatives. But the next cheese we're about to uncover, it's much worse than these two, and often called authentic and aged perfectly. Yet it's secretly one of the biggest pitfalls for seniors trying to protect their brain and arteries. Number 2, blue cheese. Blue cheese is often seen as a gourmet option. It's used in elegant salads, spread on crackers, and praised for its deep, sharp flavor. But for seniors, this cheese can be a metabolic catastrophe. First, blue cheese is high in tyramine, which is a natural compound that can surge blood pressure, disturb neurotransmitter balance, and cause migraines in sensitive people. Tyramine interferes with how your body processes certain brain chemicals, especially dopamine and serotonin, which can worsen mood changes, anxiety, or sleep problems in people over 60. Worst, blue cheese is often made with mold cultures that produce mycotoxins, which are toxic substances that are harmful to human cells in even small amounts. While the quantities are usually within safe levels for the average person, aging immune systems handle these toxins less effectively. The result, a higher risk of inflammation, histamine responses, and oxidative stress, all of which add to cognitive decline and vascular harm. In a 2023 study published in Aging and Disease, seniors who ate mold, ripened cheeses like Blue, Gorgonzola, and Roquefort more than twice per week had 31% higher signs of inflammation and an 18% faster drop in memory tests compared to those who avoided them. Meet Judith, a 72-year-old retired artist from North Carolina. She added blue cheese to her salads every lunch, believing the mold helped her age like fine wine. But she started having sudden headaches, poor sleep, and mood drops. A neurologist tested her for dietary triggers and advised removing aged cheeses. Within 2 weeks, her headaches ended and her mood became more stable. If you truly like blue cheese, limit it to once a week and never combine it with wine or cured meats. The tyramine overload can spike your blood pressure significantly. Instead, crumble in toasted walnuts and a bit of feta for the same tang without the hidden risk. And now, the most dangerous cheese for seniors. The one that's everywhere on everything and rarely doubted. Yet it's quietly doing long-term harm to your arteries, waistline, and memory. Number 1, American cheese. It's not even real cheese, but most seniors don't know that. American cheese, also named processed cheese, is one of the most eaten cheeses in the U.S., especially among those over 60 who grew up eating it on sandwiches, burgers, or melted on toast. But here's the truth. American cheese is a heavily manufactured food product made from pieces of other cheeses, emulsifiers, colorings, and artificial stabilizers. It's often 40 to 60% real dairy and 40 to 60% chemicals and fillers including sodium citrate, sorbic acid, and carrageenan. These additives have been directly linked to metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, and neuroinflammation, especially in older adults. The biggest issue, its glycemic load is misleadingly high. That means even though it's technically low in carbs, it can still spike your insulin, which is dangerous for seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes. In a 2021 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who ate processed cheese slices more than 3 times per week had 22% higher fasting insulin levels and a 30% higher risk of cognitive impairment after just 1 year. Meet Walter, a 66-year-old retired truck driver from Ohio. He ate grilled cheese sandwiches every morning, thinking it was simple and comforting. But over time, his fasting glucose increased from 102 to 125, and he began forgetting appointments. His doctor initially suspected early dementia, but once his daughter removed all processed cheeses from his diet and replaced them with whole food protein and clean dairy, Walter's blood sugar dropped back under 100, and his memory noticeably improved. If you want the taste of melted cheese, choose aged cheddar or part-skim mozzarella, both of which melt well without the chemical load. Always read the label. If the package says cheese product or processed, return it. Before we continue, if this video is making you reconsider your fridge, give it a like right now. It tells YouTube this is urgent info more seniors need to see, and it helps us reach someone who's still eating these risky cheeses daily without knowing the danger. Now that we've revealed the 4 most dangerous cheeses, get ready because the next cheese we're about to explore in the must-eat list can actually lower your blood pressure, improve bone strength, and help your gut at the same time.